I have a gift for you that I've been holding on to for
Who doesn't love a gift?
30 years.
Nice.
You know, I thought you might.
My foil ball is so big
that.
right now.
I hope that helps.
I have to put it in an airplane hangar to store it.
That's a lot of rent for a foil ball.
It is.
I wonder what it would cost, how much you would get to recycle it.
I would never recycle it.
All right, so after so long between films and TV shows, was it easy for you to step back into the role of Pee-wee?
Yeah, it was, completely.
So no matter the film or the TV show or whatever, Pee-wee Herman is his own character, just sort of dropped into situations. I spoke with your co-writer Paul Rust a little earlier, and he said you had described him as kind of a Bugs Bunny type character, where one day he's living in the suburbs, the next day he's in medieval times.
He said I said that? I think that's his quote.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Now we've blended into the same person.
You've become one Paul.
Yeah.
So is that by design with the Pee-wee character, that he can just drop into any point in time?
I don't know if it's by design. I think it's just a lucky, kind of fluky thing. But, I mean, I think you could do that with anything, really. It's just a choice,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, you've never actually made a sequel to any of your Pee-wee Herman projects. Is that something you would consider, or is it something you actively avoid?
I'd rather not. I mean, to me, it's like when you tear down an old house, you know? I always think, like, couldn't that house have existed there? There's plenty of other places to build a new house. Why build it where there's a beautiful old house? And does that work as an analogy in
I
any
think it
way?
works.
I mean, kind of, I just sort of feel like, why not do it like that?
With Peewees Big Holiday, this is a film that was the result of lots of years of work. How did you finally settle on the road movie aspect of it?
That was Judd Apatow's choice. Judd, I had two other scripts that I thought, well, we'll make one of these and it'll happen tomorrow. He wanted to make something more traditional and more like a Big Adventure. And he specifically said, try to do something in the same wheelhouse as Big Adventure and make it a road movie. And I think he was right.
When you're working with someone like Paul Rust, who grew up watching you on TV and in the movie theaters, did you have to kind of guide him away from maybe being too reverent to what had come before and trying to make something new, a new adventure for Pee-wee?
I don't really recall that. No, I think he was pretty, like, we were on the same page, no pun intended, quite a bit. So I think we both did that. We both would be like, you know, is this too evocative, or does this kind of strike a good balance? And I don't think we thought of it that much. We basically, if something stuck out, we'd be, let's look at this for a second. But mostly we didn't have any rules or any preconceived anything.
Would this movie have existed without the Netflix deal?
I don't think so. I don't know. We didn't have another meeting after Netflix.
Okay.
You know, Netflix said yes, and that was it.
How is it working with Netflix compared to a different, like a more traditional studio system?
Well, Netflix is really known in the artist community, I think, for freedom, you know, for kind of staying out of the way. I think, I could be wrong about this, but I think that part of their success with their television series and everything is it's one person's voice or a group, but it's a group of artists, not a group of corporate people who are giving you notes. You know, there's nobody at Netflix who says, could that dog be a cat, or could that black shirt be white? And so you have kind of purity in somebody's vision of something, and it seems like it's better. It just seems more unfiltered.
Is this the last we're seeing of Pee-wee, or do you have other things on deck?
Oh, I have some other things on deck.